on the arm, entertainer. And they say, flash me a style, Mr. Here, accelerator, with a meter.
All right, it's the live stream. All right, give me a few minutes to. What's the topic? Boy, I don't know, man. I really don't know, to be honest. I really don't know. There's a few. There's a few. There's a few. There is a few, but let me just get through the technicals and see what it's about. Let's see what it's about. I think Tank Davis might not be a bad place to start. Like, is he gonna retire like he's saying? I don't think he retires. You see, he's just too young. You know what I'm saying? He's too young. And he might think he's just doing it for the money. I would argue he doesn't know if he's doing it for the money or not yet. I would argue that. But he would probably, obviously, he knows better than me, but I don't think he knows yet. I don't think we could take it seriously that he's retiring. There's a few reasons. What is an essayist? I'll have to look up the word. Tank has to see how this event goes, because if he gets, because listen, I know it's a crazy fight. They're wearing these huge gloves, pillows, basically. When you look at the size of, it's a strange fight, obviously, but if it's a success, not just a financial success, if it's got mainstream appeal, because they can't sell that to the quote unquote hardcore, boxing fans. They can't. If it's a success and it's really popular, does anyone really think Tank walks away from boxing? I think if Tank is in a situation where he's getting attention and accolades and he likes it, there's no way he retires. That's what I'm saying. He's probably, see, because when you get to the money, until you get a bag, then you don't know what the bag means to you until you actually have it. Then you can see how it can enable your life. You can actually see what you can live without because you do have it. So I don't think he retires. And if he does continue to fight, If he makes that decision that he continues to fight, he's not going to keep doing what what he was doing before and not take the fights that we wanted him to take. He's going to be involved. He's going to want to take serious fights. That's what I believe. And I'm not gonna join in with those that are good riddance, because I don't think he's gone. I don't think Tank is gone. Not yet. That's my opinion. Okay, what else we got in there? What is an essayist? Let me look up that word. What? Let me put up. Person who writes essays, especially as a literary genre. Well, I haven't done much written content, which I was always supposed to do when I started the channel, but I haven't done much. I would like to do more. Now you're saying it, though. Now you're actually saying it. I would like to actually do more written. And I think I'll be pretty good at it too, without bragging. But I always say that. I am the original braggart. We can't help it, Anthony. I mean, it's the Jamaican thing, isn't it? We're kind of not, I mean, we are a bit braggadocious. You know what I'm saying? If we're good at something, we let people know, innit? Let people know. we let people know. It is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Big up Guzzy. Big up Dodge. Big up Dano. Book them Dano. I saw the last round of James DeGale, and he won. I didn't know. Like, the guy looked limited. Looked like he knew how to kind of smother shots. DeGale looks like some shots, but he's finding it difficult to land cleanly. Hey, if he's getting compensated, and he had to cope with the clinching, because there's quite a lot of clinching in the bare knuckle game. Anthony said Tanisha Davis is someone he's never warmed to. He's hard to gravitate to. Like, he started busting shots at his fan. He's going crazy. Yeah, it will be scripted. I agree with you, Anthony. It's going to be scripted, but that wasn't events, and they're scripted. But if they're scripted well, or I don't know. If it's a successful event, Muhammad said, frankly, he doesn't give an F. Well, we do give an F a little. We do give an F. Like, when we say we don't give an F, we give an F. Like, we give an F enough to talk about it to a degree. Anthony said, at this stage, I couldn't care if he walks away or not. His career has been nothing but padding F-ups out of the ring and jail time. Zenith, he said he's bored of Tank. He's too inactive anyways. Yeah, he's not exactly Roberto Duran. Guzzy, that AI kissing video is what they really want to do. What's the AI kissing video? Dodge, he doesn't care about Tank or his handbag collection. Him and the other so-called kings have just been a waste of space. Anthony Mackin, the young Mike Tyson comparisons were for his knockout power. But in truth, the comparisons worked out over time to be more from a car crash of a boxing career. A grown man walking around with a handbag. Oh, did he have a handbag? Yeah, but that's on them young boy do it today, isn't it? I mean, man bag, handbag. I mean, blue collar. He said he watched the girl fight, which wasn't good, but the undercard was actually pretty entertaining. Bare knuckle has its place. I'll be honest, if the girl wasn't there, I wouldn't have switched over because I was watching Sean McComb versus Crocker. Not Lee Crocker, the champion, but another Crocker, a Welsh fighter, trained by Gary Lockett. Sean McComb found himself on a canvas from a left hook early, had his hands like dangling down his lanky frame, like I don't know what he's playing. He recovered and he won. He won the fight on points. Yeah. DW, isn't Jake going to be too big? I don't even know who to make favorite in that fight. I think it's what Anthony said. I think it's going to be choreographed. You know what I mean? Scripted. Muhammad. Because how does Tank beat someone that size? As limited as Jake Paul is, I don't know. Muhammad said, "I'm only talking about him because you put it up." Yeah. I can't draw no enthusiasm from what I saw in the press conference. I'll be honest with you. Like Jake was acting like bare knuckle boxer the way he was stancing. It was just bizarre. It was bizarre. It was bizarre. They don't even look convinced about it. Neither of them. Neither of them look convinced that they could sell this event. But there's people who are going to buy into it from somewhere. But Tank seems to be losing a lot of his fan base. They seem really upset when they previously would go along with every decision he's made. Yeah, he's been bare knuckle now, Anthony, and it didn't look that great. I'll be honest with you. Guzzy, Jake put a fake clip of him kissing Tank in a face-off. Oh my gosh. If it's not scripted, how do I think it goes? He's a natural super featherweight. Like Jake is filled out to cruiser. Like as limited as Jake is, Tank has to reach so far to land. Like he's punching upwards all the time. Yeah, a former two-time boxing champion, former Olympic gold medalist, getting involved in that Neanderthal. Yes, I'll be honest. I'm not a fan of blue-collar boxing. Not blue-collar. Blue-collar likes it. I said of bare-knuckle boxing. I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan. I watched it because James DeGale. That's it. I had no interest in seeing what else was on there. None at all. None at all. But if they're paying him good money, like it's safe. I mean, we don't want to see him again. You got to understand how old is James? James probably isn't even 40. James is young, and he had to retire young. Like I don't know if he had that much of a bag. Yeah, I can just chill back for the rest of my life. He's probably got his house paid for and all that good stuff. Maybe some good like pension premiums and stuff or whatever, but flipping now. Life is expensive. It's very expensive. Where was I at just now? Where was I at? Where you at? In the middle. Moni in the middle. Where you at? In the middle. Moni in the middle. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Okay. Yeah. I haven't got a clue what they paid him, but he's not working for free. You know, his face was all puffed up because it's rough business, isn't it? It's rough business. So we'll probably see him in there again. Yeah, probably seeing him there again. If they're gonna up his purse from whatever he got paid today, yeah, we're gonna see him again. We're not going nowhere. Going where? Where's he gonna go? He'll go towards the ring. That's where he'll go. He'll get in the ring and fight. It is what it is. What you have to realize, yeah, is the guy he fought, they were talking him up. But as James said after, with his opponent's style, clinching every second, looking to land uppercuts off the clinch, he said he wouldn't last 2 minutes in gloved boxing. And as much as we don't want to see former world champions doing bare knuckle, a lot of the fights they're going to get, they just fancy their chances because these guys don't really, not all of them, but some of them don't really have that much pedigree in the finer arts of pugilism. So James might fancy a few more fights, but it didn't look like he retained. But then I can't really say that because you've got to fight different. Bare knuckle fighting, you can't fight the same as when you fought gloved fighting. You know what I mean? You can't fight the same. You can't throw the same type of combinations. It's totally different. It's totally different. Yeah, man. What else was going on? Tank and Shakur Stevenson going back and forth. Shakur said he wants to draw a line under it. Tank don't want to fight him. He don't want to talk about it no more. And that's understandable. That's understandable. Dano, he said it's very rough. I'd rather go back to boxing. Okay, boxing has been James DeGale's only job. Yeah. That's what he's used to doing. So for James, like retiring, hopefully, I don't know what he's doing, but yeah. A lot of people were happy to see him come back doing bare knuckle fighting. A lot of people. I see Tony Bellew was at the event in this corner sort of thing. Zenith, he says the girl obviously needs the bread. Has probably sent a lot of that PBC bread. Mr. S says James was clinching just as much as the opponent. Yeah, it wasn't very edifying, man. Dano, Bare knuckles, more will than skill, though, ain't it, Beats? You still need skill because you don't really want to get a bare knuckle shot in the mouth, even though, you know what I mean? Like you still need a bit of skill. The more skilled you are, bare knuckle or gloved, the better for you. Muhammad, I'm actually excited for Shakur versus Tio. Is that happening? Has it been officially announced? Wow. Yeah, most people need bread though. You get what I'm saying? Even if you've got the money in the bank, you don't want to just whittle it down. You want to make the flotation is nice. You get what I'm saying? The flotation, rotation. Yeah. And he says the girl probably still trying to keep up with the Joneses. Well, I guess so. He just wants to maintain himself, innit? Nav Mansouri says blue collar from the domestic scene was on the undercard. He got brutalized. Oh, he did? Yeah. Wow. Frank Gavin took a pasting. Just the other month, he took a bit of a pasting, man. Yeah. Mm. Hey, look, man. It's on the zone, and if it's there, people gonna watch it. It's quite popular. It's quite. Conor McGregor was there, which was a bit annoying when the fighters are trying to do their post-fight interviews. You know what I mean? I don't think they need him there, but it is what it is, isn't it? Oh, the girl should have had a knockdown counted against him too. I didn't see it. Mr. S never really liked the girl's pro style. This was even worse. Susan, she said it was a horrible watch. The girl's timing was way off. Legs looked janky. Yeah, it wasn't the same, was it? Yeah. Dodge. The girl is Eubank's best win. Still find that strange. Is it? Is the girl better than Arthur Abrahams? Arthur Abrahams is a two-weight champion, man. I don't know. What's the better win, the girl or Arthur Abrahams? Mr. S, first round, they counted a sit, but a punch landed on the top of his head. Okay. Guzzy, too much snow candy with Conor McGregor. Yeah, he's a worse. He's a wrong one, isn't he? Liam Smith, even what his best? Nah, Liam Smith not as good as James DeGale or Arthur Abraham. Arthur Abraham, two-weight champion. Muhammad, some of these guys, they don't live in the same capitalist world we live in, of course. The girl needs the bread. We all do. Yeah, it is what it is. Zenith, you'd say the girl? The girl better than Arthur Abraham. I think you're forgetting how good Arthur Abraham was. What's some of okay? What's some of the best? I remember he beat up Howard Eastman when he stopped him. He got a stoppage out, but Howard, yeah. I'll Rock pointed him. Put the boxing exhibition. Didn't Andre Ward fight Arthur Abraham? Yeah, you stopped him, man. I can't remember you stopped him. Robert Stieg. Oh yeah, Stieglitz turn. Remember Stieglitz put put the hands on him in that fight there, man. But he came and won. Okay, so 47 wins, 30 stoppages, 6 losses. But he stopped once. He lost to Gilbert Ramirez, beat Martin Murray, Stieglitz, Paul Smith a couple of times. I thought Paul Smith beat him in one of them, if I remember rightly. He had lots of fights with Stieglitz, about 3 or 4 fights. Lost to Andre Ward, Carl Froch. Got DQ'd. Remember he hit the rail. Hit the rail after he slipped and fell on the canvas. Yeah. He knocked out Jermaine Taylor. LeJuan Simon. That's the guy who half his ear was hanging off, I'm sure. In one fight. I can't remember who it was against. He beat an old Raw Marcus. Edison Miranda. Wayne Elcock. Beat Miranda twice. Kofi Jantua. Howard Eastman. Probably, I don't know. Maybe DeGill. Yeah. He floored Badou Jack early, didn't he? Muhammad. They floored him, and Badou Jack came and floored him. Knocked out his teeth. Blue Collar said Abraham had a decent resume, win, lose, or draw. Yeah, he was a good fighter, man. I remember one time, who was he? He fought Miranda. It was Miranda he fought, and he fought with a broken jaw, and like it looked like his face was gonna fall off. And he still got the decision, man. He was tough as anything. He took a really good shot, didn't he? He was strong as anything. Very strong. Yeah, based in Germany. He was Armenian. Okay, he was Armenian. Well, he was born in Armenia. Zenith Badou Jack got the bias in them draws because he was TMT signed on a TMT show. It was a great fight though. Yeah, it's dried up over there, isn't it? Blue collar, the German scene. Yeah, like it was quite light. They used to have Marcus Boom Boom Baye, Svet Otke. A lot of the K2 fights were based over there. Arthur Abraham. It's just got dry now. Yeah, that is true. Big up Lisa Bells. Big up Lisa. Yeah. Yeah, the German scene. Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, it's a good point. I think Caballero's gonna try and liven up the German scene. He's gonna have a homecoming fight. Yeah. What else was going on? Terence Crawford. He had his welcome home parade. Lisa Bells remembers the joke and broken jaw. Yeah, it was pretty bad, wasn't it? Who remembers LeJuan Simon when half of his ear was coming off? That was nasty, boy. His ear was falling off, man. What else we got? Yeah. People are still throwing shade on them TKOs, man. They won't like let it go, man. People get really upset. But the thing, like, okay, since you guys are here, how could it be to go through a bill that's going to work under federal law and rip the fighters off? Yeah, I mean, before we even go deep into it of why that would be stupid, let me just see how you guys react to what I said there. You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't he have to be working with the politicians and they're both ripping off? Would he be able to do that by himself? Like the politicians and Congress who passed the bill, wouldn't they have to be on the act? Wouldn't they have to be in on it? Would you go through federal law as a boxing promoter to start ripping off fighters unless the people in Congress are going to be joining in on the crime spree with you? We won't stay long in it. I'll just see what you got to say. We're just dealing with logic, that's all. Just logic. The last German hope was Vincent Fregenbutz, says Zenith. Can't remember him. Anthony Mackin said, Dwyer did a recent video and he said the Muhammad Ali Act is not drafted that well. It's clearly drafted by politicians. Okay. I haven't seen a Dwyer video for ages. Blue collar against Margarito, if it's the fight I'm thinking about with the ear. But it could have been another fight. Oh, it wasn't him then, yeah? Yeah, the ear was coming off. That was nasty, man. What an injury. Mr. S, UFC is going to be on the White House lawn next year. Yeah, like, it seems to me they went through federal law because Turkey's already got accusations of sports washing. The Saudis have got accusations of human rights violation. Dana has got reputations of ripping off the fighters. So they went through federal law as to say, look, we're cleaner than clean. You know what I mean? Like, they talk about transparency. Right now, they're the most transparent promoters in the game. They've outlined guidelines and everything. Like, oh boy, like somebody tried to compare it. I was going to put it up on the video, but I said, let me leave it because nobody wants to touch that content. They said, and this person has been, his name's Nathan, he's just been trolling constantly. He said, oh, this is the same as Pro Bellum. Fighters tempted for the big money and then found out, like Liam Williams, they wasn't getting paid. It's no different. So Pro Bellum, run by drug dealers, thugs, and murderers, had the same feds who were upholding the Muhammad Ali Act breathing down their back with flipping bounties forever snitched them in. This is the same as that. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is what I've been contending with. All I'm trying to do is bring rational discourse to it. Nothing else. Nothing else. Blue collar. Dwyer still is the coldest intro in YTBC. Oh, with the gamblers. Yeah. Dwyer still. Crescencio. Has the Tesla stock recovered yet? Is anyone going to answer what I said, though? Like, trying to rob the fighters when you're fighting under federal law? I mean, anything goes wrong, the fighters basically have a direct line to at least 2 or 3 of the Congress people who have agreed to act. You know something? They're probably going to be everyone's saying they're going to be the most ripped off. No, they're probably going to be the most protected fighters. Is if you fight on a UBO card right now, they're probably going to actually be the most protected. Did you see how much they offered Callum Simpson to defend his European super middleweight title in the purse bid? It was €13.5. That's what the purse bid was. So he would get what? Out of a 60-40 split? Maybe 7K. And they're doing these ghost bids in boxing all the time. And it's not a genuine bid. It's not a genuine bid. What, you think they're going to, like, whoever they were, the French people who bid, you think they're going to pay their own fighter, Kevin Sarjo, 5K in a 12-rounder? 5K for challenging for the European title. No, they're going to give him a lot more. It's a ghost bid. And they should do something about these ghost bids. But you know something? Nothing is going to change but forget Dana for a second, right? Forget Turkey. That's just one factor, the Muhammad Ali Act. If reform doesn't happen all around the world in boxing, the fighters are screwed, bro. They're screwed. Yeah? People don't realize, like, where was I watching it today? What video? Whose video? Ring IQ. Did you know DAZN is actually having a very good year, but the subscriptions are declining in the UK and America. The subscription base is declining over there. I'm telling you, man, fighters are not making no dough, bro. They're not making any money. Trust me on that. They're not making any money. They're out there like on their knees, basically. Literally on their knees. I tell you what, no one's answered. No one's, and this is the issue I have, right? Everyone says they disagree or disagree. No one has answered. None of you have answered the simple question I put forward. You probably can't even remember it. What was the question? Just simple question. No one's answered. No one has answered. And and I was half expecting that to happen. I was half expecting no one's going to answer the question. I was half expecting it. I was half expecting it. It's like signing up, like to help disadvantaged youth in your community, but it goes through the police force, the whole thing, and then you're going to try and steal funds. It's crazy. I'll tell you who's a good fighter, man. Is Badou Jack. He's got a bloody good record, isn't he? Badou Jack is pretty, but Badou Jack is fearless, isn't it? I can understand he's probably not too keen to fight Jail Pattaya immediately, but he's pretty fearless. His whole career, he's pretty fearless, bro. One of my favorite fighters, you know, is Badou Jack. Badou Jack's a bad man. He's 41 now. Wow. Let me see. What names has he got in his resume? Let's have a look. Paraban. That was a good. Paraban. And then one fight after after he got stopped by Derek Edwards. We all thought it was over. First round stoppage, he was down twice. He got caught. Derek Edwards, yeah. Everyone was like, oh man, this is disaster. But he came back hard, bro. Come back proper. Majority decision win over Darrell. That was a good fight as well to win the WBC title. Outpointed George Groves, split decision. It's a very good win in hindsight. Lucien Boudet won by DQ. He failed a dope test, didn't he, Boudet? Yeah. It was a draw, but they changed it to a disqualification loss for Boudet. Okay. That's a strange decision to do that, isn't it? Then he drew with DeGale. He hammered Nathan Cleverly, retired him. The majority draw with Adonis Stevenson, that was some fight. The bloodbath with Marcus Brown, he was bleeding everywhere from that head clash, man. Lost a split to Jean Pascal. Then he beat Junior Makabu for that cruiserweight title in 2023. Oh, boy. Lisa is asking, has the Amendment Act been passed yet? Well, it doesn't go through a voting process. It just has to go through Congress. Blue collar. Don't think they wanted the fight. Sergio is a very dangerous opponent and probably beats Simpson. I agree. I mean, how comes they like what? Why are you with a promoter who's not bidding for the fight? Benchlam didn't even bid. You know, if Callum Simpson was serious, he would be with a promoter who's going to bid for the fight. Blue collar is asking, has boxing improved since the implementation of the Ali Act? No. In America, no, not at all. No. Mr. Answer. What did you say? Let's have a look. Has the Tesla stock recovered? Was that the answer? I think Anthony said that UFC is going to be in the White House. I'm looking for your answer. Not really an answer, though, is it? From what I'm looking at your comments. Yeah, I don't think you really answered. Don't really think you. No, I can't really say that was a suitable answer. You can repeat the answer if you wanted. Muhammad says Badou had more than a good career. But Badou was a good fighter. Badou was a good fighter. You know what I mean? And some of the fights he was in were really good as well. He had some really good fights too. The George Groves fight was really good. Groves was in the fight, man, until the knockdown. But he produced that knockdown. Lisa, I don't like how Jaya Patai is such a great talent. Well, so it's the problem, isn't it? Like, this is why reform is needed. They need reform in boxing. Because the other champions are sitting on their ass. By now, we should have an undisputed cruiserweight champion. But only one of them has been willing to walk the walk. Yeah. Yeah. In all truth, reform is needed. Reform is needed. I don't care if Dana White runs it or Dillian White, but reform is needed. Yeah. I guarantee you, right? The UBO, whether someone else does it, because if someone else has got $1 billion spare away, they can do one as well. Them leagues are going to be more competitive than a lot of the fights we see right now. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you, they're going to be a lot more competitive, in my opinion. We need one in the UK. We need one in the UK. And the quicker, the better. Britain is struggling, bruh. Britain got one flipping male world champion. One. Struggling. I watched the G. Was it like Izzy? I watched his card. Obviously, spoke about Sean. What's his name again? Sean McComb. I watched some of that card. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm still all for capitalism and getting money, but I don't know, man. I don't know. You know what's really put me off the Conor Ben Eubank fight is Chris Eubank, and they just put me off the fight. They really put me off that. Like, they have such a low standard of expectations for a fighter. You know what impresses them is Chris talking shit on the press conference. They think Chris is the ultimate showman, but Chris, like, has fumbled how many bags against good fighters? One world title fight, 35. They put me off the fight, man. They put me off it. They think Chris can't do any wrong. You know what they're saying? Chris is fighting against corruption. They're trying to crucify Chris. They're treating him like he's Jesus Christ or something. Put me off the fight. They put me right off the fight, bro. They put me right off the fight. The first time with the angle of both the dads and hoping I'll see a good fight. Yeah, I enjoyed it. But right now, they've just put me off the fight. Like Frank Warren was explaining that there's no way a promoter, right, would even have the remotest access to when or how the ambulance gets out of the ground. Right? The promoter only has access in terms of security or reign in terms of security in the dressing rooms and areas near the ring where the fight is going to be performing. And his fan base, they start trying to attack me in the comment section. Oh, Beats doesn't like Conor. Didn't like him. He's a Macron fanboy, just talking absolute rubbish. See, I used to mention Jai. You think I'm impressed with Chris Eubank Jr. when there's fighters like Jai Pataya out there? Actually a world champion, actually trying to unify, but can't get the opportunity. And I'm supposed to be impressed with Chris. Nah, bro. Nah. He turned down a fight with the unified middleweight champion, Johnny Beck. He turned it down. 2 belts on the line. He told the sanctioning body to take him out of the mandatory spot or wherever it was, or take him out of the position what would have qualified him. He told him to do that. At least Conor is still 27, 28. And even then, I'm not no fan of Conor really, like right now. I'm not a fan of either. I'm not a fan of either. And yeah, I might buy a ticket, but that's only just to see the event. And I don't want to see the fight. But fan base, it's like they don't know nothing about boxing. Or no, forget, but it's like they ain't got no common sense. Anthony says that's why I rate Amir Khan. He carried British boxing for a while in the late 90s. Yeah, Amir Khan was quality, right? The Olympic silver medalist. Yeah, look at the fight with Madonna. Remember the fight with Madonna? Oh man, like I tell you what, he fought really good. He dropped Madonna with them body shots, and he got up from being not got up. He got rocked. He got rocked by Madonna's big power shots, and he was like survived it and won the fight. And you know what was really impressive, right? Was when he fought Konek. Upper body was like, hey, that was really. I wasn't expecting that. I remember watching the fight. I said, "Wow, watch Khan, man. Khan is pretty good, and he's still only 38. Believe it or not, he's still only 38. Actually, pretty good." And won the world titles, bro. Won world, yeah. He was unlucky against my guy. What's his name? Lamont Peterson. Yeah, beat Andre Kotelnik for the WBA title. And before that, he beat Barrera. I think Barrera was cut. Technical decision. And he had weaknesses. He's vulnerable. But Amir, listen. Amir went in there with Canelo. Service. I hope some of his fans are listening. Chris could have fought Golovkin, but him and his dad somehow fumbled the bag. And he had the nerve to call Kell Brook a quitter. Kell Brook went in there with Golovkin, bro. Yeah? He went in there with Golovkin and actually did well for a few rounds. Kell Brook is an actual world champion who's beat the likes of Sean Porter in America for a belt. And you got the nerve to call him a quitter? Yeah? Well, you're the benefactor of nepotism. If we're going to go giving people titles what they deserve, you're the benefactor of nepotism. What have you done? You ducked Shiraz. You ducked Johnny Beck. Adames. Lara. He could have fought any of them. They was all up for it, right? He could have even got a shot against Andrade when Andrade had a 160-pound title. He didn't say nothing when Andrade was offering him the fight. He didn't say a thing. If I'm a hater, I'm a hater because he ain't saying nothing. And look at this clown in there. Yeah, I hate Chris over a drug cheat. This has nothing to do with Conor taking drugs. See, that's why you're so stupid. You can't compartmentalize a debate, right? This isn't about hating no one over a drug cheat, you idiot. Conor paid for his indiscretions, right? He was cleared twice, you idiot. And if Chris is so, stanced against drugs, why is he fighting Conor? Why is he giving him the payday, you idiot? You know what I mean? Go rainbow-colored armband, bruh. Put on your rainbow armband and go look for Chris up Brighton. Yeah? You can make a support group. You like grown men talking absolute rubbish. Okay, let's go through, right? All right. After I put all the lies and excuses and accusations they put out there, tell me if it's hate or am I actually being honest about Chris. Robert Smith, right, brought the press in to deliberately stall him from weighing in the official weighing. Eddie Hearn stopped him getting from on the scales in time. He made him late, and that's the reason he couldn't make weight. Eddie Hearn stopped the ambulances and tried to kill him, basically, is what he's saying. Eddie Hearn stopped the ambulances going. Robert Smith, the British Boxing Board of Control secretary, right, in Eddie Hearn's pocket. They were both conniving and scheming on him to stop him succeeding. Yeah, basically, right? What else was there? What else was there? Is that hatred or is that just him being annoying? Right? Fair enough. Conor Conor is a drug cheat. Okay, cool. No problem. He's a drug cheat. He served his time, suspension, he's cleared. He's a drug cheat. Okay. Does anyone find Chris Eubank Jr. annoying? So what? Okay. And you love him. You love his rainbow armbands. Yeah, and you love him. You hate Chris. That's such it's a weak argument. Oh, you hate it. You don't like Chris. You don't like. You sound like a little kid. You sound like a little boy. Well done, Lisa, because he's an idiot. He is an idiot. He is an idiot. Blue Collar said the trolling was funny leading up to the first fight, but now it's getting tedious. The ambulance stuff was ridiculous. Right. That's what it was. It was absolutely ridiculous. Anthony says, if you find Eubanks Jr. annoying, type the number 1 in the chat. Anthony, he type 1. You know what I mean? Hey, I can get in on that, you know. I mean, I'm going to get in on some of that. I'll type my 1 in. Yeah, 1. He is annoying. He is absolutely annoying. They tried to kill me. They tried to kill. And they accused he accused Matchroom of trying to set him up to fight Conor when he was juiced up. He was trying to get an extra $1 million from Conor to fight him. He's a liar as well. Come on now. All right, we all know Conor's a drug cheat. But at this stage, Chris is just annoying now. Chris is just becoming annoying. Yeah? He's just becoming annoying. Susan M, annoyed, and she's put it in there a couple of times. Anthony, annoyed. Crescencio, annoyed. Guzzy, annoyed. Lisa, annoyed. Yeah. Susan says, Chris chats bollocks. Yeah, and listen, at times, okay, it was mildly entertaining. But now, it's just like, oh my God. No more press conferences. No more. Please don't make no more press conferences. No more. No more press conferences. No more press conferences. Terrible. Wow. Enough ones. Holy for once. Holy for once. You know what I mean? Yeah, Amir Khan definitely repped UK boxing. You know what I mean? So how is it I hate Chris, but I'm giving Amir Khan his credit? I'm giving Kell Brook his credit. What reason would I have to hate Amir Khan, to hate Chris Eubank Jr.? I bet you any more about Chris Eubank Jr. than this idiot ever does. Do you think you know more about the Eubank legacy than I do? Huh? You think you know more about the Eubank legacy than I do? You're a joker. I was rooting for Eubank in the first, in the build-up for the first fight. I was rooting for Eubank at first. Yeah, he's a victim, Guzzy. That's the word, victim. A victim. the victimhood is getting too much, way too much. Anthony says, what I find annoying about him is he tries to sound like a deep-thinking thespian. Like seeing it, but he doesn't have the depth of thought, charisma, and the lyrics. He tries to be a bootleg version of his dad and not a very good copy. Yeah. Susan M., it seemed like Chris was really forcing the acting oppressor. He came off fake and corny to me. 100%. 100%. The same routine as last time. It was just boring. Eddie, don't talk, Eddie. Oh, God, Chris. And you see, like the idiot who said, you really hate him, you can't even hide it. You probably thought that was really funny, innit? When Chris was doing that, you probably thought it was really funny. It was the greatest thing ever. You're a clown. Lisa said, in every presser, he's always complaining about something. Yeah. And then in the press conference for the first fight, he had the nerve to say to Nigel, if you put your hand on me again, you won't get your hand next time. So why you get it back the first time? Why don't you take his hand the first time around? Imagine Eubank Jr. and Nigel Benn in his prime. Imagine Eubank Jr. fighting anyone his dad fought. How much diaper changes would he need just to get through one press conference? Look at this idiot. Ben is forcing Eubank to boil down. Effing coward. You see, look, you're an idiot. You're an idiot, bruh. You're an idiot. He's being forced to boil down. You sound silly, bruh. You sound silly. You need to grow up. You need to grow up. You need to grow up. No one feels sorry for Chris except you. The only people who feel sorry for Chris is you and that fan club he has there who have put me off the fight. So why is Ben forcing Eubank to boil down? He's being forced to boil down. He signed 2 rehydration clauses for 2 fights. Connor's forcing him to boil down. Guzzy said, Beats, you should ask these people their age before replying to them. Yeah, good point, bro. Good flipping point. Good point. Good point. Good point. Good point. Chris the victim. Hey, listen. I respect that in that money out of the game, right? For the lack of accomplishment he has in his career at 35. I respect it because it's hard to get money out of boxing, even if you do have famous dads. And him and Connor has done a great job. I respect him for that. And the first fight was really good. You know what I mean? He dug down. He really dug down. And he was a better fighter. He wasn't just bigger. He was a better fighter than Connor. I think Connor was just too small. I don't think he's good enough to beat Chris. But I have to see him like turn over a left hook and just bang Chris over. It would be the greatest thing for me. Yeah, I'm not even going to lie. Chris just getting annoying. Chris is annoying to me. Just annoying. Just annoying. Idiot. He's probably about this Boo kid, whoever in it. He's probably about, I don't know, millennial, isn't he? Even if he might even be, in his 30s, but he's just got that millennial. You know that, I hate using that word casual, but the Eubank, they're real casuals, Casuals. But they're casuals who watch the sport a lot. They're proper casuals calling him a victim. I mean, even if he's got the rehydration clause, don't you see the size difference between him and Connor? No one's getting exploited here. They could both fight for world titles. The fact you think anyone's being exploited when Connor could have went and fought Mario Barrios, like they even said he's got a shot at Lewis Croker. He said he don't want to fight Lewis Croker. He wants to fight for the WBC, but his dad won. I mean, it's just stupid. The easier fight would be to make is Lewis Croker because you're both signed to Matchroom. When you got to go through Mario Barris and you got to go through the PBC, we know what's coming. We know it's a lot of headache and politics. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's going to be headache and politics. Victims. You see that? You see the guy, Boo, whatever his name. I bet that he's supposed to do but hasn't done. I bet you any money. If you knew that the kid in this comment section, right? I bet you any money, right? If you were to go through his life, it's just full of excuses and excuses. He's the type of kid who doesn't work and says, oh, they haven't got the right job for me. And oh, I can't do it because my benefits will be affected, or I get more on benefits, or I can't go to college because the train takes too long. Everything is, and I bet you any money we go through your life, everything is a flipping obstacle and a problem. I bet you any money. And that's why you like Chris so much. Every time you talk, you give yourself away. The fact that you can't even acknowledge, you haven't even acknowledged that, yeah, Chris is talking. You could even say, yo, I just like Chris. But yeah, he is talking. You're the only one who hasn't acknowledged that he has been talking a load of crap. So you've just given yourself away. You know what I mean? His dad grew up on Peckham, on Road, on Peckham, yeah? And started his career in the South Bronx, bro. Yeah? I could break down the whole of that dynasty to you, and you wouldn't even have a clue what I was talking about Hater. I listen, you don't accumulate the knowledge I've done and the breakdowns I've done to become a hater. Trust me, you're the hater. You are the hater. If I was to start breaking the Eubank dynasty down, right, you wouldn't even know what was going on. You wouldn't even know what was going on. You think I've got time for I like him games? He don't like it. Nah, that shit's soft, bro. That shit's soft. Take that shit back to Brighton with your rainbow armbands. You know what I mean? That shit's soft. That's not what big man do, bro. You know what I mean? We're not getting to like man debate. You know what I mean? We want to talk about what you've done. We want to talk about British fighters, I mean, who get their, not even have won the title, but they give it their all. You know what I mean? We're going back. We're going back to fighters like Dennis Andrews, who was never marketed or anything like that and was thrown to the wolves and went on to become a 2-time light heavyweight champion against the odds. Yeah? Against the odds. Yeah. Sazad, why did you say Frank One is a little bit older than you? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Well, you think I'm older than Frank? I'm not that old, Sazad, man. Come on. I'm not that old. I am, but I'm not older than Frank. I'm not older than Frank. Lisa said, Senior is miles ahead of Junior talent-wise. Miles ahead. You know, like that first fight he had with Nigel in Birmingham. Killer fight, bro. 1990. That fight, bro. I'm telling you, man, like when Nigel hit Chris with them body shots, You can see Chris just wanted to double curl up right in the body shots, nearly tore him in half. And he busted Chris's mouth, his lip, his tongue. He sliced up his lip with them hammer fists. You know what I mean? Yeah. What a fight that was, bro. Yeah. Wars. All like, listen, Nigel Benn was a G, bro. Nigel Benn was a G. A proper G, bro. That was no joke. Telling you that now. Just on another level. Just on another level. Nigel Benn. You know, Conor will never have a career like Nigel. Never have a career like Nigel. Never. No way. Chris will never have a career like his dad. What? So that's hating, yeah? You're hating. You're weak, bro. You're weak. A lot of people who spend time on the internet, weak-minded. You're so weak-minded. Yeah? You're so weak-minded. You have such affinity to someone who is living off his dad's name. And listen, Chris Jr. had a good career. Living off his dad's name, right, is making all the excuses possible, is avoiding world title shots, struggled to get past a welterweight who put him in hospital for 2 days. And this guy's still making excuses. But you still think he's the best thing ever. But I'm a hater. You're soft, bro. Bro, you're soft. It's plain and simple. You're soft. And you always will be. You'll be soft. You're sweet, bro. You're sweet stuff. Rainbow armband boy. That's what you are. Rainbow armband boy. Nothing more. Nothing less. You know what I mean? Kell Brook went over to America, yeah, and beat Sean Porter against the odds. Against the odds. He fought Errol Spence, yeah? Errol Spence, Golovkin, and Terence Crawford. Look at the names Kell Brooks fought. Sean Porter. So, okay. Dominic threw the towel in against Golovkin. And yeah, okay, you could say he quit against Errol Spence. He was giving Errol Spence a battle. But when that eye socket went, yeah, he quit. But you know what he quit as, Chris fan? He quit as the IBF champion against Errol Spence. He's the IBF champion. Something Chris has never been a champion. He's won a few lower tier belts, but he's never won a full championship. And that's the benchmark we're dealing with. For you to be so arrogant, for you to be so, I'm the bollocks, and you haven't won a world title, and you're really sold on that, it says more about you, not my channel. My channel gives a fair crack. That's the bottom line, and you don't like that. You and Brent, or whatever his name is. Brent. Talking about Brent. Guys are weird. I give people a fair crack. Win a belt. Win a belt, bro. Win a belt. Then you can start trying to be a bootleg version of your dad. Win a belt. Case K says, the McClellan Ben fight. Yeah, it was sick, man. It was sick. It was sick. It was sick, man. Like Nigel's resume is crazy, bro. It's crazy. When you think about it, yeah, he had, was it 5 wins on the bounce after he lost to Michael Watson, all in America. Jorge Amparo. That Amparo was tough as dirt, bro. He knocked out Quinones. Quinones was a power puncher. Quinones was the first one to stop Doug DeWitt. Then he won. Remember that split decision against Sanderline Williams? No one thought that fight was tough, but Sanderline Williams has got a James Toney. Sanderline Williams is one of the best gatekeeper / journeyman ever. Then he knocked out Doug to win the belt. And then mashed up Iran Barkley. Yeah? 5 on the bounce in America. 5 wins on the bounce in America. Right? He was working with Top Rank. Bob Arum used to call him my British haggler. My British haggler. Then he lost the belt to Senior in the Classic. Come on now. That's UK legend form. That's the form of a UK legend. And then the reputation and the knockouts he got at home weren't nothing to laugh about either, man. You know what I'm saying? A legend. Legends. Legends. You know what I mean? Do you know it was them? It was Eubank Ben and Watson who made British boxing the force. It was asleep. It was asleep, bro. All right? And British boxing never saw nothing like it because this was free black fighters, right? Taking the spotlight, bro. Taking the spotlight. That's all they used to talk about in Britain. They all household names. Watson, Ben, and Eubank, and they all had different characters, and they could all fight. Michael Watson would beat up Eubank Jr. If you say beat him up, and take away everything him out, and he couldn't do nothing. Michael make him look like a novice. Michael make him look like a novice, and he nearly lost his life. He nearly lost that in that trilogy with them guys. He nearly lost his life. He's lucky to be alive. You know? And Michael looked for the easy way out, bro. Before he lost to Eubank, he had to fight Mike McCallum for his title. Mike McCallum, bro. And he got knocked out. I'm not having no Eubank fanboys coming to talk about like and like. No. This channel is about accomplishments, bro. This channel breaks down the history, bro. It's about accomplishments. Anthony says, Beats, did you see the breakdown of the fight scene he gave on his YouTube channel? It was very insightful. I've watched a few vids on Senior's channel, man. He's always insightful. He's always insightful. If you act like an idiot on this channel, you'll get called for it. You'll get called for it. Like Adrian Broner on Cameron's podcast. That woman was doing her job, the co-host, and you start trying to chat her up like she's some gal on the corner. What was that? That was like, it was shocking. But Adrian's got issues, though. Adrian has issues. Yeah. Anthony Mackin, first generation black athletes, British athletes from Caribbean descent, say it was historical in that sense. Very historical. Very, very historical. Very historical. It changed the landscape in Britain because if we're going to talk about 160 to 168. You know what I mean? Like, they came around when 168 started taking off. Although 168 had been there from 84 with Murray Sutherland. He beat Ernie Singletary. He was the IBF champion. He was the first 168 pound champion. But the WBO, they came around 88, innit? And Tommy Hearns was their first champion at 168. He beat James Kinchin. Oh my gosh, that was a war. Hey, Kinchin put Tommy on the canvas, bro. And like, Tommy had a massive fan base. Tommy had more fans than people realize, right? And when Tommy fought, and Hagler, Leonard, and all them guys, people had parties for them fights. You had parties. They weren't just fights. They was events. They was all events, bro. Them fights were events because these guys were boxing royalty. And like, when Tommy got hurt by Kinchin, he said, Tommy, no, don't do it, Tommy. But he got up, and you know, Kinchin tested positive for some kind of painkiller. And it's weird. Robert Bam Bam Hines, he fought the Scottish Canadian kid. What's his name again? Hilton, Matthew Hilton. And he came to canvas, right, in another war. That was a war, but he beat the crap out of Hilton, beat him on points. And he became champion at 154. They both tested positive, I think, on the same card, for painkiller. And you know what, yeah? Tommy was banging Kinchin in his face with these big shots. But my man was like a duppy, bro. Like a duppy. A proper duppy. Okay, no. And he tested positive for the painkiller. So, is that what kept him up? Yeah. Yeah. That's what, listen, this is a boxing fans channel. Like, when we're saying, but like, you can support fighters. You know what I mean? I've got no problem with anyone supporting fighters. No problem with that. But you've got to appreciate those who put in work. You can't be a big mouth. Can't on this channel, right? For those who you just hate Chris, let me tell you one of the standards. You can't be a big mouth, right? A big mouth swanning about like you're some ATG fighter and you've never won a world title. Nah, you can't do that on there. We're calling you out. We're calling you on it. Straight away, we're calling you on it. Whether you think that's fair or not. You know what I mean? You got to do something. You got to do something. Cool, you're making good purses. Great, you're making big purses. But we want to see the accomplishments. I want to see you fight Johnny Beck for 2 belts when the opportunity comes. I want to see it. And I don't care if you win. I don't care if you win. If you go in there and give it your best and you give Johnny Beck all the issues and I know you gave it your all, then you're all right with me. Then you're okay. But when you don't take the fight, nah, come on now. When you were offered $5 million to fight Shiraz and you were waiting around for the board or the anti-doping panel to clear Conor for the fight, nah, dog. Nah. Sorry, dog. I'll be a hater then. Okay, if that's that, I'm hands up. I'm a hater. If that's what you want, that's what you want me to say. Okay, I'm a hater. Case K, Eubank Jr. called Triple G and Charlo, but was never serious, never put pen to paper, just all talk. All talk. Even Demetrius Andrade offered him a fight when he had that 160-pound belt. He weren't interested. He weren't interested. Muhammad said Eubank is an underachiever. That's consensus. Yeah, he's an underachiever. Yeah. Just give it your best. That's all. I've seen less talented fighters than Chris win titles. I've seen them. With just grit and never give up mentality. Win titles. I didn't think Kelbrook could beat Sean Porter. I didn't think he could, but he went over there and beat him. He did it. He did it. It was close though. Yeah. Case K. He says, Anthony, I don't get it. Why did he waste so much time? Man, I mean, he was on poker table. When he should have been fighting Johnny Beck, he was on the poker table. That's where he was. Yeah? He threw his dad out the camp when do the hard training. Yeah? He threw his dad out the camp because his dad would have him out all crazy times in the morning running up hills. Yeah. Warriors code. Anthony Mackin, I wouldn't necessarily say that Hatton was a gifted boxer, but he used most of what he had to win titles at two weights, light welter and welter. Yeah. He beat Costa Zoo. Beat Costa Zoo that night, man. Yeah. It was a great night for him. Costa Zoo, and he beat Collazo for the other title, didn't he? Although he was fortunate to win it, but you got to be in it to win it. You got to be in it to win it. Yeah, Ricky had good feet. He was quick at moving in, and he was a decent amateur. You know what I mean? He didn't like a famous Hall of Fame dad to ride on his coattails or whatever. You know what I mean? Yeah. About Ben Eubank Jr. too. Or could you could live without it? Right, I'm on Twitter. Man, James DeGill didn't look impressive to me, bro. He didn't look impressive to me. He didn't look impressive. I'm not impressive. From what I saw, he didn't look impressive. He did what he had to do. He got the W, got his hand raised. But I'm not sure if I was sold on what I saw. Oh, Stanionis. Stanionis won, yeah, with a one-sided beatdown against Jabulani Mackenzie. With one-sided. Okay. That's not on the PBC. Who's he fighting with now then? That's definitely not PBC. So that's his first fight since got the battering. I tell you what, Boots give him a battering, didn't he? Boots give him a pasting, bro. It was in Lithuania coming. Okay, it was on points 99, 91, 190, 99, 91. So, hey, is the PBC done? Chan was talking about it earlier. Now, if Gervonta Davis is retired, this guy's fighting in Lithuania. Is the PBC done? If because they're not, listen, they're probably not gonna get Tank back till 2027. Because once Tank gets that back, Tank ain't going in the ring for a little while. Yeah. Yeah, Floyd did have to dig deep against Ricky. He did have to dig deep. You know what I mean? And the referee was a bit tough on Ricky with Ricky's rough tactics. Yeah. DeGale fought Matt Floyd. Art's case. Is he any good? Either. Neither of them looked, you know what I mean, sharp or stylish. You know what I mean? It was just bruised up bad though. Cut up. Like, DeGale was swollen up. His face was puffy up. The other guy was cut up and everything. Yeah, man. All right, so Stanley only's got a W. Ben Croker. There's a few things happening boxing like tonight, but they're not nothing huge. I mean, Frank Warren complaining about the class. What are you guys gonna watch? If you had a choice, yeah. BBC. The undercard is on the iPlayer for Clark versus TKV. The main event and the chief support will be on BBC Two, so you don't have to pay for that. Or are you gonna pay the £25 on the zone to watch Frank Warren promote Parker versus Wardley? What are you going to go for? Let me do a poll. I should do a poll, innit? Should do a poll. What's the better deal? Fabio versus Parker is the better fight. Guzzy said no brainer. He's going for BT2 free boxing. Anthony said he's streaming Parker versus Ward. Yeah, he said it. All right. Okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. A lot of people are, I think a lot of people are kicking back on pay-per-view right now. I think a lot of people are kicking back on pay-per-view, saying, no, I'm not paying all that pay-per-view. You know, uncard it was underwhelming from what I saw as well. I have to do a poll. Frank, what did Frank say? It's unfair competition. I'm not happy because of what the BBC are, which is a national broadcaster. I think it's unfair competition. Yeah. Frank is really pissed. Frank said, did he say Eubank is effing stupid? Frank not having it, boy. Frank not having it. Oh, dear. Yeah. I have to do a poll probably. But what are you guys saying? Let's see what you guys are saying. Anthony's going for the stream. Guzzy said no brain. Right. Waiting for the comments to come. All right. Let me see. Go to my channel. All right, it's not allowing me to. Okay. What other news have we got? I watched Kraus versus Scott Forrest on the GBM card. Scottish boy took a beating, boy. But he was tough though, innit? George Groves on Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul. It's not really boxing, is it? If there's going to be that much of a difference in weight, it's going to be a ridiculous size difference. And maybe that's what people want to see. Tank bash up the bigger fighter. Okay. Oh yeah, the Eubank card undercard. Jack Catterall versus Echo Esserman. Anyone interested? Adam Azim versus Zah Abdulev. Richard Riakporhe versus Tommy Welsh. Sam Gilly, Ismail Davis. Mike Talon versus Fazan Shahid. Oh, not that bad. It's not that bad, but 25 quid. Yeah, see? Tom Brown, PBC, TGB Promotions. He wants to put his fighters on both cards. He wants to put them on there. Yeah? Because you know what's happening? See, people ain't answering the question. Anytime I put up a question, if I put up a question in the stream, no one's going to answer it, right? How do you think Tom Brown's fighters feel right now? They're not getting no fights. They're inactive. They are inactive, and there's no dates. The one date they're having, right? What was the card the PBC is going to produce next? And it's on pay-per-view. Who is it again? I see. But they're not getting much dates. Tom Brown sent a letter to Congress, right? And he himself said Congress are pointing out that boxing needs reform because the fighters and here's the thing, right? What people ain't understand. Let's say Dana was to rip the fighters off right now. Right now, boxing is in such a bad state. It would be worth a gamble that Dana may try. It's in that bad a state right now. It's in that bad a state. Not just in America either. Not just in America. Anthony Mackin says Catterall versus Echo has snooze fest written all over it. It's shaky inviting Catterall to the party. You know what I mean? Like Echo will give it an honest effort like when he beat Josh Taylor, but I don't know. Case, he says, Beats, there's a reason PBC is trying to sell us Mayweather versus Pacquiao too. Is that what they're trying to sell now? PBC is done. Spence is done. Charles is done. Tank is done. Oh, boy. Dummersville. Case K. Matt Floyd beat Shane Mosley in an exhibition a few months ago. Didn't know it was him. Yeah, yeah. Sad. That's pretty sad, isn't it? Like they're trying to patch up Errol Spence to come back. But man, that's not going to end well, is it? An Errol Spence comeback. How well is that going to end? Case says when Tank runs out of money, he'll be back. Did you see Adrian Broner? He couldn't pay the tab in an eatery or some bar or something. That was crazy, bro. What's the story on that one? You know, when he was asking for Al Heyman to give him the allowance, because he looks like Al was giving him an allowance. Crazy, man. All right. I'm seeing a post here. Adrian Broner. Instagram post. Recent or today? Let's have a look. One day ago, so AB. Pretty sad. I know these last weeks haven't been going down this dark road. To the boxes I paved the way for. Make sure you go through with the right situation to act donking official. And always, and we'll hope your health and family is okay. Last but not least, to everyone, I'm okay and we'll be back. What do you mean we'll be back? You're here right now, bro. You know what I mean? Stop looking at everything as a comeback. You're here right now. Don't look for grand comebacks. You need to keep a steady pace of emotions and goals. That's what you need to do. There's no big, AB, I just lost 10 pounds. No, you got to be consistent, man. You got to be consistent. And I'm not talking about him coming back to boxing, just with life in general. It's got to be consistent. Anthony said, I think that Wardley might be the first casualty of the new generation of heavies. The way he was picked apart by Hooney won't leave me. Yeah, he was getting carved up, innit? He was getting carved up. Anthony said he predicted Crawford would beat Spence, but it was so one-sided, it was unpleasant to watch at times. Yeah, I predicted that as well. I predicted that. I actually predicted that it might be a lot easier than what people think it will be. That's what I predicted. That was that was a one-sided drubbing. You do right. They keep saying that Errol Spence was washed. That same Errol Spence would have still probably beat most or all 147 pounders that day, except Terence Crawford. Spence showed a lot of heart, though. Oh, that really impressed me. Is the amount of heart Spence showed. Spence showed some heart, bro. Unofficial, official. What sports do men in England play besides becoming boxers? Loads, isn't it? Same sports everyone else plays. Rugby, all that, in it. Sports, simply. And he said, I'll never question Spencer's heart after that fight. He showed a lot of heart, bro, because the beating he took, yeah, he could gave up. Muhammad said, Beats, I assume you're an older guy. Do you work out? Do you feel the same as your 20s or 30s? I certainly don't feel like I'm in my 20s. I tell you that much. But yeah, I try and work out. Do my bit in it. Do my bit of cardio in it, all that. Just try and keep moving. Man, Tank is he was even deactivated, or I should say. He deactivated. Wow. Why did he do that? It was that much pressure. Pressure I get to him. So good. Tough being a boxer, though. That's what it is. Wow, she's not a journeyman. She's Alex Theana, who recently defeated Molly McCann. Okay. Is that boxing? It's not boxing. Molly McCann won. That's probably in MMA she beat her, I imagine. Meatball Molly. Little puddling girl. Oh dear. Scouser. So Jake versus Baumgardner. I don't know Baumgardner's opponent. Eddie Scotney against Mavelli. Man, why don't you just fight Sky and done? You know what I mean? $24.99. And you know, they pushed the price up as well in the UK for Ben Eubank and Fabio and Parker. They pushed the prices up. $24.99. Not even $19.99. Remember Turkey said it's going to be $19.99. It's gone up. Oh boy. Anyway. Ben must be feeling really good what he done clashing the dates. He was right under Frank's skin, man. Frank didn't like it at all. Right. Dave Allen's taking this fight serious. He looks in shape. Don't look like he's got the belly. The belly gone. Makhmudov. Makhmudov must be training hard as well, bro. Okay. In the Netflix documentary, The Hearns, Turkey told Eddie he wants to buy and invest in Matchroom. Hearn later said price is 1.5 billion, was discussed again in April and May 2025. Wow. Big money in the room, 1.5 billion. But I don't think any movement is has went on since that. 1.5 to buy Matchroom, you know. A lot of bread. A lot of bread. I didn't see the Liam Paro fight, you know. He moved up to welter in it and fought just an average dude eating though. Was he on the floor or something? That's it. That's how boxing is just tough. Like all he's done is moved up a few pounds, and that few pounds can make all the difference. Make all the difference, bro. You're all of a sudden a different fighter, fighting someone a few pounds heavier. You know what I mean? The neck might be just quarter of an inch bigger than the average light welterweight, and the punches are just pinging off their neck as a result. And you're wondering why. Unofficial. I'm asking because I know here in America we lose a lot of big men to football. All right. Yeah. Well, I've heard that argument, but I mean, I've heard that argument to football and basketball. Muhammad. Oh no, it depends on your genetics, Muhammad, bro, and how you treat yourself in it. It's your mental state, in it. It's your mental state. It's how you look at things. You know what I'm saying? When you get in your 50s, it's just your thing. You just keep living in it. You keep living. It's a genetic lottery, my friend. You know what I mean? From what I know, I might get up tomorrow morning and something hurt. I go doctor, and it could be something bad. You know what I mean? One day at a time, bro. One day at a time. You know what I'm saying? One day at a time. I'll go for a bike ride. But I don't ride on the road no more. It's too dangerous. I ride in a park. I go in the park and do my bike ride. I just ride in the park, do a few hills in the park, go around the car park and the social club area and ride around there. I'm riding on the road, man. You see where the cars are parked. You could be riding down a hill and someone will pull their door open while you're riding, and you're just finished. Like the other day, someone hit me pulling out a car door, and the other day, like a moped just pulled out without looking, and I swerved into the road. If a car was coming, anything could have happened. Yeah. Anthony Mackin said his mental state is still 15. Yeah. Oh, you joined the football team this season. That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's all how you look at it. Tone. He said that Muhammad, what should you expect at 50? Moobs and erectile dysfunction. Yeah, well, but you know what I mean? It depends, like, it's a genetic lottery, isn't it? It's a genetic lottery. I tell you what, right? What you're saying with erectile dysfunction, I think this generation here, with whatever they're putting in the water and the food, from when they're like 40s and things like that, it's going to be a common thing. It's going to be a common thing. Still get the mahogany and the marning at me, yeah? That's the life affirming mahogany. Unofficial says barbell training is king. Barbell training. What do you mean, weights or? ED. What? So when at what? What? No wood at all ever? Like flip now. That's just like mad. It's mad, isn't it? It's mad. It's mad. That's mad. Yeah. Well, like Anthony said, he thinks like he's 15. Unofficial says you don't have to worry about traffic with weights. Yeah, it's just boring though, isn't it? It's all right. Like you need to do a few, yeah, like you're saying, but it's just boring. It's boring. Just pumping iron. You know what I mean? But yeah, you're right. You are right. Weights are very good. Weights are very good. I don't. If I do weights, I don't do heavy weights though. I just like just light weights and stuff, and just like get the burn and you know what I mean. Tom says, "What to expect at 50?" Tucks into his socks. Tom's mad, you know. Official look at it's boring, but the pump, bro, it's the pump. Mm. Weights, you know. I don't mind doing weights. I don't mind, but I'm not doing like weights. Nah, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it kind of weights. It don't make me feel good, man. I don't feel good doing that. Don't do feel. I mean, I was thinking of getting rowing machine. That's what I was thinking of getting. Is buying rowing machine. Unofficial. I like to trace adrenaline with heavy weights, admittedly. Get rated up, yeah. Hey, listen, I'm not gonna get. I was thinking of getting some TEST, some test. I was thinking of getting some test, but roids. I was thinking of getting some test, but I don't know where to get. If I knew where to get a good source of it, then I probably would. I probably would. I'm not even gonna lie. I would. I would. You know what I mean? I probably would. I want to see Liam Paro's fight actually. Hey, Inouye's fighting fourth fight in December the 27th year. Is that 4 fights for the year? Flip it now, bro. That's on a different level, isn't it? It's on a different level. Tom says weights, calisthenics, and cardio. Is that the key, yeah, Tom? Calisthenics. Calisthenics is the key. What are some good calisthenic exercises? Let me put it in the search. Good calisthenic exercises. You see, I ain't doing that bar stuff them Utes are doing. That's. I mean, no, not. I won't be able to do it anyway. Bar shit, nah, forget that. um, yeah, okay. It seems to be surrounding the bar though. Jumping, jumping jacks. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Arm circles. That's exercises. Anything to keep the blood going, right? Because once your blood stops pumping, into vital like the wood. You know what I mean? The pumping it into the wood section. You know what I mean? With the woodwind instrument now work. You know what I mean? And yeah, yeah, bloodstream. Wow. Muhammad says, go for it, beats. Lift them weights, get the blood. Is that what you do with Muhammad? Weights, yeah? Anthony said he'd love to have his 2015 physique back. 2015, I'm thinking. I'd like to get my tooth. I tell you what, man, around 2008 is the last time I had a serious physique. And I broke my leg. And then, you know what I mean, it's just chasing a dragon. I broke my leg, man. Yeah, beetroot juice with ginger. Yeah. That's a good look. That's a good look. I've got some. What have I got? Well, I'm gonna juice up. So I haven't got no beetroot, but I'm gonna juice up some melon, grapefruit, and ginger tomorrow. I'm gonna juice that up. Drink some water. Try and cut down on the carbs if you can, innit? Chin ups, push ups. And he said the dream physical look is Ben Johnson 87, 88. An ideal look for a man my height and shape. Boy. That Ben Johnson is jacked. You got to be a pro athlete to get that type of physique. Yeah, ginger and turmeric is all good for that body part. All good. All good. Tone says pull-ups, chin-ups, press-ups, and dips. Still do the sit-ups, squats, shoulder press, barbell row, bench press, etc. Do you go gym to do that, or is that a home setup? I want to get a rowing machine, like I said. I think I'm going to get one this week if I can. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you got to work out. You got to work out. You're asking for trouble, basically. You know what I mean? If you're not working out, you're asking for trouble. But I tell you what, though, if you work out and eat a lot of processed foods, you basically like, you know what I mean? It's I'm not going to say it's a waste of time, but it's counterproductive to that if you eat a lot of processed food. And what do people consider processed food? A friend considers processed food anything you eat that has, let's say, 3 or 4 things in the ingredients, and it depends what amount of it you eat and what the ingredients are. But if you like, if you buy a can of mackerel and it's just got olive oil and salt, then I mean you know where you stand. But you buy a lot of these things that's got emulsifiers, starches, and all these different sodiums, and you know what I mean. You don't know what's in them, man. And a lot of these foods are supposed to be healthy. Yeah, you're gonna get the vegetarian and vegan option. Yeah, but what they got all types of things just to like preserve it and put it together. Yeah. Tone. So he goes to the gym 2-3 times a week, mainly because I like my food and want to keep on top of it, but not too bothered about being cut. Yeah, that's good. That's good. 2-3 times is good. You know what I mean? I try and ride the bike at least 4 times a week. If I can get 4 good bike rides a week, it's not, I mean, it's okay. Anthony says, I was only having protein shakes in 2015, fish, broccoli, boiled eggs, porridge in the morning. I shred. I live in the boxing gym. That's good. That's a healthy diet. You know? That's a healthy diet. Fish and broccoli, boiled eggs especially, and broccoli. But you could like the porridge and protein shakes. They're getting different reviews recently. The protein shakes, and they see the porridge. A lot of the porridge has been modified. You're not just getting straight oats. It's got a lot of added stuff. You know what's really good, right? What oats are really is I don't know how healthy they are in terms of how much ingredients they've got. If I can find them. Yeah. Flahaven's oats. They're Flahaven's. I think it's an Irish thing. They're really nice, man. The big oats. They're quite expensive. That's the if I'm buying porridge, that's what I buy. Or cornmeal or something. I tried to get back into the cornmeal. You know what it is? I don't make it as well as my mum, man. The cornmeal. So I said, fuck that, man. It's okay. Or you have a green banana porridge. Yeah. Green banana porridge, you know. Yeah. That's what the man was saying the other day. If you want to cut, you got to work out, obviously. But he said eggs, meat, chicken, and green veg. You know, there's some people who don't change their diet. The people who are like every day it's the same thing: steak, eggs, chicken, and that's it. And maybe a few greens here. I mean, yeah. Anthony says he enjoyed the plantain porridge. Yeah. The plantain porridge is good. Plantain porridge. I can make a good porridge. So I have to work on my corn. But you know, I prefer cornmeal just boiled with some fish. Just boil it up. Call it turn meal, yeah. I mean, yeah. That's nice, man. It's the fish. Muhammad says eggs is a superfood. Okay. Make your fart stink, doesn't it? So so stinking fart, you know. Never worry about egg. You don't. I do cardio resistance training in the same session. Not that but about gains. Yeah, gains. Nah, you see, the cardio is good because you're getting a good pump. The heart's getting a good pump, a good sweat. But gains there. Vanity training, nah. Anthony Mack, yeah. Eric Henry, the Baltimore Ravens running back, is a massive guy. And he said he eats mostly greens during the NFL season, especially kale, spinach, and avocado. Yeah. Unofficial. What is? I think grits is different. Grits is rice, isn't it? Oatmeal. You have oatmeal. What we call porridge, you have oatmeal. It's called oatmeal over there. You know what I mean? Over there, porridge. Yeah, nice porridge is always good. What's the ingredients? Let's see what the ingredients are. Really flatly oats. I've tried to get into the not too much ingredient food. It's difficult though, because like it gets boring, isn't it? Reading flipping ingredients on a thing when you're shopping. It gets boring. Right, where is this? Flatly, not only flatly ingredients, man. The ingredients. Well, it looks like I have to go in the actual shop to see the ingredients. Right, let's have a look. From oatmeal with Irish mist, bake, camber bake and oat cakes. No, we're not dealing with oat cakes and camber bread. You know, I ain't that thing there. Ingredients. I don't know. It's this ingredient for the recipe. See if there's any additives and stuff. All right, this one here, they're saying the oatmeal, but they don't do oat. We get porridge. This one should be an American one. It's 100% whole grain. See cereal and stuff. A lot of cereal not healthy, is it? A lot of cereal just sugar and processed, and it's packaged up. Oh, it's healthy. Who says? You know what's healthy? Yeah, is not bran flakes. Is the all bran, the one that make you go tired. That but no one likes that cereal. Yeah, the one that's probably healthy is all bran. You know what I mean? Yeah. All bran. Yeah, you got to drink water. Where's my water actually? Tom, calorie deficit is all you need to cut. Eat what you want. Just watch the portion size. Cheat day is every day. Yeah. I did have a big chicken sandwich today. I'm not gonna lie. Chicken salad sandwich. Yeah, it's the heart. It's the heart. And like you say, you got to keep the heart going. Once you get your heart going, you can keep the blood flowing down below. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The extremities. Hmm. I'm still looking for the ingredients of the thing. I'm not giving me it. Let's go. Ah, there we go. There we go. Trying to go inside the page. Let's see what it is. If it's giving me good news, I'm going to go back to eating oats. My brother's still telling me, no, you shouldn't eat oats. Oh, you know when it gets depressing in it. You know when people are telling you shouldn't eat certain foods, it gets well depressing. Can't eat this. Don't eat that. Don't eat this. Flipping hell. That gets depressing. That gets well depressing. My brother told me to stop eating porridge. I said, what? Unless you're getting too much, man. Tone. Got to keep those. That's what it is, you know. Sometimes you can't really listen to what people are saying. Muhammad said, I haven't eaten cereal in a long time. Definitely pseudo. Wow. And he was like the Incredible Hulk 2015. Yeah. Yeah, I'm taking in all you guys' tips. Muhammad says I eat crap food, not just as much. I used to eat mainly whole healthy food. All right. Nutritional information per 40 grams serving with water. Yeah. I tell you what, yeah. I can't eat porridge with water. That's what David Hay was doing when he was training. He was eating his porridge with water. I said, oh, God. It's like glue, man. It just come out like glue, innit? Come out with glue. And you see all them alternative milks. Are they? What's more healthy? All these oat milk and this one kind of milk and soya milk. Is that healthier than actual milk? What like? Look at all the ingredients that these alternative healthy milks have in it. Look at all the ingredients it has in it. And tell me if that's healthy. I don't eat soy. I don't drink soya milk. I used to, but I don't even touch soy. I don't like it. Never liked soya milk. Oh, they put Katie Taylor in recess because she's going to take some time away from the ring. Sandy Ryan versus Chantel Cameron for the WBC World Title. So is Sandy still with Matchroom? Chantel is with MVP in it. Is it MVP? Jake Paul, Netflix. So that fight's probably going to end up on Netflix. It's like that show. It's like that show. Wow. Yeah, I'll probably try do at least 4 or 5 miles on the bike, a couple of hills. Physically better as well, innit? You actually feel physically better. That's the thing. I mean, mentally better. You can feel the mental benefits. Yeah, man. Diet is difficult, isn't it? Because people are telling you do this, do that. Whew. Yeah, it does. It does. The red poo does because you think that your stools are full of blood, and you have to remember, yeah, I've been juicing beetroot, or I've been eating beetroot because why do I either juice it or I grate it in a salad. It does. Muhammad said he loves cow's milk, just not every day. It gets me bloated. Lisa, so that's going to be a good fight. Who you got? Chantel, Chantel, or what's her name again? I forgot her name. My memory is just not doing its job these days. I wonder if all that and trees I used to smoke is affecting my memory. I'm not even lying, bro. I'm not even lying. I'm wondering if that's that. Like, it probably has. Probably has, man. And I ain't smoked for a long time, but it doesn't matter, you know. You see all them smoking and bad habits. Yeah, you think because packed up for 20 years that you're out of the woods. No, you're not, bro. You're not necessarily out of the woods, man. You know what I mean? You're not necessarily out of the woods. Do permanent damage, endowment, alcohol, cigarettes, too much Ganga, Ganga. Yeah. Lisa Sandy, she's strong. Yeah, but Cameron can box though, man. Cameron can box. Yeah, you don't want the food staying too long in your intestines. In the urinal tract, I think they call it. Yeah. Yeah. It needs to pass through. Mm. And that's a lot of that is down to the food you eat. Muhammad said he forgets a lot too. Beats smartphones and social media. Make attention span short. Yeah. I think spending too much time in front of screens does significant damage. 100%. Who are they talking about? Dave Allen fighting Deontay Wilder? They're still lining that one up for Dave, yeah? It's a big fight for Dave, bro. Mm-mm. When's Wilder back in the ring? Oh, you're thinking about Lauren Price, Lisa. Yeah, Lauren will beat up both of them. You see, Lauren is with Ben Shalom in it, inactive. Lauren, Ben Whitaker, inactive. Guzzy, what, CBD? Fowler cells, CBD oil, man. I don't know, man. I don't know. I didn't really mess with CBD. I used to mess with the THC. You know what I mean? I prefer the THC, although I can't smoke no more, but I prefer to get some THC, CBD. See, they make with the oats. It's counterintuitive. If you're gonna get oats, right, and put all these sugary things in it, and like put it in a pretty jar and stuff, like, oh, look at this. It's no good for you again. It's no good. You might as well just go and get a bar of chocolate now. You know what I'm saying? I've got a bit of chocolate in the fridge because it's weekend. I've got some chocolate in the fridge. I'm gonna have a bit more in a minute. Chocolate is hard to give up, bro. See, there's certain foods what they say are bad. Chocolate is difficult to give up. Chocolate, I like a bit of cheese. Yeah, definitely. Certain foods are hard to say, no, I don't touch that. No, Lauren Price is welter. Welter. Cameron and Sandy, they're fighting at welter. Lisa Bell's dark chocolate better. Oh no, Lisa. No, I like milk. You know what chocolate? I like the chocolate. You guys are Nestle's Crunch. That chocolate is bad. Nestle's Crunch. If I eat dark chocolate, I eat the Nestle's Crunch. So, and he says the whole nut pleasure. Yeah, it's just nice, isn't it? You see, you know what it is, yeah, with chocolate, yeah? It's got certain chemical reactions, like when you eat it, so you actually feel better. It's not, but it's definitely got. It's just food, isn't it? Like chocolate, you eat chocolate, just it just makes you feel good. And dark chocolate doesn't do it for him. Into the milk chocolate. Yeah, they're at Welter now. They're at Welter now, Lisa. Yeah, they're at Welter. But Lauren, I tell you what, man, Lauren against Tasha, the Scouse lass, she gave Tasha a boxing lesson, bro. She boxed such a great fight. I was so impressed with her skills. I can't lie. I was so impressed. Is it 2 minutes past 24 minutes past, dude? Oh my gosh, man. Yeah. Bellew's opponent looked like a psychopath, bro. A total psychopath. He stuck the nut on him after. Man. See, James, if that's what James wants to do, that's what he wants to do. A lot of people don't want him to fight, but if he's comfortable with it, I ain't got no problem with it. I ain't got no problem. Doesn't matter that he was a two-time Olympian or two-time world champion or an Olympian. Doesn't matter. That was then. This is now. You know what I mean? Yeah, Lauren Price is a nice boxer, Lisa. Yeah, she used to be a professional footballer, actually. And Katie Taylor. Katie Taylor was a professional footballer, isn't it? Tone says, dark chocolate digestives. I can cane half a pack in one sitting. Now, you see that, Tone? That's why I don't have biscuits in the house. I can't have them things in the house. I can't have them things in the house. Gotta do the same thing you're doing. Just glutton, just chugging down biscuits. I'll probably do more than half. Yeah. I'll probably do more than half. You know what I mean? With a couple of coffees, I'll do half easy. The best biscuits, I guess, I think, is it digestives? But it depends what ones you get, man. McVitie's, like, what was the pricing on McVitie's? It's about nearly £4 for the double pack. Like, flipping hell, man. It's like I was watching this video the other week, and it was about all the old British dishes. And the prices on things have gone up so much, man. Like back in the day, corned beef used to be a very popular dinner choice in the UK. But the prices they were paying for corned beef, like, it's about £2 a can now. But they talk about, yes, it's cheap for the family. Yeah, you can get corned beef for a shilling, could make corned beef hash and all this. Yeah, you try buy corned beef for a shilling or whatever. No, bro. Yeah. Anthony says ginger biscuits are a temptation. I'm a typical Jamaican. I put ginger, like ginger in everything. Ginger nut biscuits. Yeah, they're nice. They are nice, actually. I didn't used to like them, but they are pretty good. Yeah. Tony says, I now buy the same biscuits my nan used to buy. Nice, Maltese and rich tea, cheapos. Yeah. See, that's the thing. My mum used to love rich tea, bro. My mum and her rich tea. My mum's biscuits were rich tea and and her tea. You know what I mean? They were my mum's biscuits. See, but my mum used to annoy me because mum would have two biscuits with her tea, and that's it. She ain't having no more. But me, I can't. I'm like, can't do that. I can't do that. Two biscuits with her tea. So when my mum used to crack me, I had to have some biscuit. What up to you? I want a biscuit. Oh, my biscuits, mom. Tom says, just ginger nut biscuits, just too sweet for me. Like the McVitie ginger cake, though. All right, so you can get McVitie's ginger cake. And what's the other cake they do? You get ginger and the one with the what is it? You guys know what I'm talking. With the syrup, you get the golden syrup cake and the ginger cake. Yeah. Wow, that's an old school thing. And liver. They said, yeah, liver was one of the foods they covered on there because when liver became popular when meat was starting to get expensive when you got a family. You can get the liver was really cheap, and it's still quite cheap now. But kids, they were saying kids did used to hate liver, but the dads, they'd say, all right, come on, they might have some liver, rice, potatoes, or whatnot. I tell you what, man. You see, when I was a kid, and it was Christmas, my mum used to make this breakfast, bro, on Christmas. It was liver, bacon, baked beans, and hard dough bread. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I eat a lot of cashews as well, Tone. But what do you eat? I don't eat salted ones. I eat unsalted from Lidl's. That's what I eat. I eat a lot of cashews, but unsalted. Lisa, she said, is syrup cake a pancake? Nah, it's just in over here we got a brand name McVitie's and they do biscuits and cakes, but it's basically it's a cake and it's got syrup inside it. Yeah. Muhammad said, I like liver biscuits. What are liver biscuits? You can't get liver. Can't stop it, man. Ain't no liver biscuits, bro. Liver biscuits, Wow. Yeah. It's quite sweet though. They're like ginger cake. I haven't had ginger cake for a long time. I actually used to make actual cakes and put actually root ginger in it, but it tasted different from that. They're quite nice, Everyone used to like them cakes when I used to make. Yeah. My baking, showing off my baking skills, man. I didn't say I eat liver biscuits. When did I say I ate liver biscuits? What are liver biscuits? I said I eat liver. Did I? Maybe I did, you know. Maybe I'm going, maybe I did. No, if I did, I didn't mean that. Not liver biscuits. Nah, definitely not. Definitely not liver biscuits. Oh, yep, used to like a pudding or a bit of custard. Got proper fat. School dinners hangover. Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. They covered the school dinners as crumble and custard at the time. You know what I mean? Apple crumble and custard. But it's got to be like, you know, the old school custard that your mum used to. My mum like come out a bit lumpy. Yeah, that was the lick. Some rhubarb and custard or apple custard or bread pudding. They had bread pudding there. Bread pudding. Mm-hmm. Yeah, see that's them meals there. Yeah, the old school dinners were to feed families and keep them full. They weren't they weren't concentrating on too much carbs or not. And you see the thing is though, right? People might say, well, that's unhealthy. No, it wasn't. Back then there wasn't as much processed foods. There wasn't as much processed foods. There wasn't as much fast food chains as well. Because if you think about it, right, in the 70s and 60s where they were covering, the obesity problems weren't like what they are now. Yeah. Pumpkin seeds, full of magnesium. Mm. Nobody eats pumpkin seeds though, man. Nobody eats them. I bet you don't eat pumpkin seeds. I bet you. When's the last time you ate a packet of pumpkin seeds? Main event. Who's boxing? What's his on? In 3 minutes time. Who's boxing? There's two lasses. We've got a couple of lasses. MVP. All right. Anyone watching the boxing? I don't think I'm gonna go. Yeah, the microwave. Yeah, the microwave oven tone. I mean, Anthony. Yeah, the microwave changed because even like heating up food. Remember before when you like, if you came late home for dinner, you had to use all type of pot and this that, and I mean, it was difficult. That now you just put a plate in and 2 minutes and it's all heated up. Yeah, microwave changed the whole concept of cooking. Definitely, definitely. You know what? I tell you what though, I've got an air fryer. You know what the air fryer is good for? The best thing air fryer does is chicken wings, bro. I tell you what, yeah. If you can't be bothered to go buy what do you call it again? Scotch bonnet pepper and cut up garlic and onions. You know what I mean? And all that, yeah. And thyme and what? And you want some jerk chicken. Just buy the seasoning, the jerk seasoning from the shop. Put it on some chicken wings and put them in the air fryer. Yeah? And it's just about a quarter of an hour. Yeah. The air fryer. Mm-mm. Anthony says he can put pumpkin seeds on his porridge. Other than that, they taste terrible. No, I can't be doing it. Pumpkin seeds. All right, if you're saying they're healthy, I might have to try them. Full of magnesium. I know I was pretty short on magnesium. I was told, yeah, I have to step up my magnesium. Yeah, I was getting poor circulation in my hands and stuff. They're getting a bit better. Hands getting cold and crap. You know what I mean? Getting a bit better. But I'm getting old, man. These things happen, bro. These things happen. Oh, you're not watching the boxing, Lisa? Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna go there. Oh, they're good for the prostate. The pumpkin seeds, raw pumpkin seeds with dates or dark chocolate. They go. Yeah, I could imagine. Yeah, if you add them with something like you're saying there. Yeah, if you add them with something, I can see that working. You know, I actually used to put them on salad. I used to put them on a salad. I tried that a few times. It wasn't bad. It weren't bad. It weren't bad at all. It's people are watching this boxing. It looks like these girls are quite popular. I don't think I've heard of them. That's a good idea. I thought they were going to put all the girls on Netflix, but they're actually spreading them on Netflix and DAZN, so they're keeping big. IBF mini flyweight title, I believe. Yeah, man. Diet. Why is the thing is, see what we're discussing here, right? Why is diet? And what I'm saying, that's why they're trying to encourage people to go to single ingredient foods because it's become really complex. You know what I mean? What are we eating, man? What are we eating? It's crazy, bro. Mm-mm. It's just got out of control, isn't it? Yeah, man. Got control. Shouldn't be that. Like you guys are saying, boiled eggs are good. Boiled it, but see the thing is, I see a lot of people in the video. They're eating fried eggs. Oh yeah, it's healthy. No, they're not. No, they're not. Egg, yeah. Poached egg, yeah. All them fried eggs, no. Oh, I'm gonna have scrambled eggs and thing. No, no. The nutrition value changes when you fry it. Now, you can have fried egg here and there. You put, I mean, of course, but no, it's not the same no more. Yeah, it's just become really difficult, man. What to eat? Don't eat this. Don't eat that. Change your lyrics. Everybody's a critic. It's getting kind of hectic. My rhyme is authentic, so it shall remain. My writing style exciting, never mundane. Yeah, man. I can't bother to put this on. Long things that now, man. What's the time? I'm probably gonna cut out 10 minutes or so. If I go to bed about 3, I'll get up about 9, lounge around for half an hour, you know what I mean, and then go on my bike ride. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Anyone think boxing is getting? A lot of people are saying that like they're running from boxing. Do you think the Tank Davis type fights and Conor Ben Eubank guys not going for titles is hurting boxing? Is that what a lot of people think, or it's not connected? A lot of people say they're not messing with boxing no more. Is it doing more damage than good right now? Certain fights. Yeah, the microwave, man. The microwave. Wow. I remember when the microwave came out, man. Well, kind of, because we didn't have one. I remember they're talking about microwaves. We didn't have one. You see, you can imagine how expensive they were when they first came out. It's like I was telling my brethren, man. When I was around 11 or 12 and video recorders come out, we got VHS, you got VCR over there. I was telling him the price to buy one new. And he said, no way, bro. I said, yo, bro, they were about 500, 600 pounds. 500, 600 pounds for a VHS video. Yeah. And at first, we had the 2 formats were VHS and Betamax. Betamax faded out. It's expensive. It's expensive, bro. It's expensive. Microwaves, you know what I mean? Like, well-to-do people had, I mean, microwaves. Yeah, man. Betamax faded out because, like, VHS just kind of crushed it, didn't it? Just crushed it. But the Betamax recorders were better. We had one. We did have one. We did have one, a Betamax. Muhammad, I don't think so. There's market for both top tier boxing and circus boxing. Yeah, I guess people get frustrated because we're used to like a whole load of boxing content, and there hasn't been a big fight on for a few weeks. Well, since Crawford and Canelo a couple of weeks back. But sometimes you need the break to appreciate it. If it's just like every week, 2 fights, great fights a week, it's just overkill, isn't it? Overkill. I'm looking forward to Dave Allen and Mark Madov. It should be a good watch. Yeah, man. Technology, man. It's like some technology. It seems like it's going to be really good, and it just crashes. What happened to mini discs? Mini discs seem like the greatest things. Anyone still got a mini disc? Let me type in what happened. What really did it in then? Let me type that one in. Short-lived video format, audio format, discontinued due to the rise. MP3 players and recordable CDs killed it off. That's it. They were very good quality though. Superior portability, convenience, and uncompressed audio quality. See, that's the difference, right? The mini disc still had a lot of the analog sensibilities. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know the nuance between today's sound and analog. They don't get it. I do. Okay, Sony's official announcement in 2013 and the final discontinuation of blank mini disc by Sony in early 2025 marked the end of the format's production. However, mini disc has a cult following amongst retro tech enthusiasts who appreciate its physical, medium, and nostalgic qualities. Yeah, I could imagine. I could imagine. So Sony, it's funny, I went to look that up. Sony killed it off. They killed it off this year. Not making any more blank mini discs. That's sick, bro. Sick. You'll still get them though. You can still get blank mini discs. You'll still be able to get them. Somebody, just because Sony ain't producing them, someone else is still producing them. Because once it's got a cult following. MP3s did it in, bro. MP3 did it in. Flipping out. I never forget that. Like, I was just kind of like getting my feet in on the internet, sort of thing. And then when I realized I could get a blank DVD and I could fit at least 40 albums on MP3 on one disc, I said, this is crazy, man. That's just absolutely crazy. That's just crazy. And it's changed everything. Like DJing, like you don't see the old school crates of records, need a big van and stuff to go DJing. Yeah, nah, you can have it all. You can have it all on just one little fucking. What would the best way? You could just have it on your DVDs and just do your set, or just on the USB basically, isn't it? Yeah, just on like flipping now. USB and MP3 changed everything, innit? Portable MP3 player, and you're set up to go DJing. And if you're not doing big events, you know what I mean? You can get basically what we're talking USB. You can get USB speakers, so you don't have to do no whole load of wiring and all this. It's just mad. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. Sound systems back in the day, man. Like, Yeah, no more jobs for the box boys. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no more jobs for them. No more jobs for them. Like, I remember there's an Easy Mo B and a couple of my friends, like I'm telling you, man, like I started using what program? I've got it on my computer here. I haven't used it for a little while. What's it called? Recycle. Recycle and Dr. X to chop up my samples. And my brethren, yeah, like he's got his MPC 3000, he's got SP 1200, he's got 808, he's got all these fucking these modules, right? And then he was around my yard. I said, "Yo, you seen this program here?" And he's not. He uses them now, and he tries to be disinterested. And when he saw how quickly I chopped up all these samples in recycle, because you don't have to do like before on a drum machine, you've got to like compartmentalize the snare, hi-hat, this and that, and it takes a long process. But you see them tech heads, they love doing all that. It makes them feel like they're working. But when you get the recycle, you just put your loop in the recycle, and then you just press the sensors and it chops it all. When he looked at it, he was and then I put the samples in the Dr. X and I started playing around with the sounds. He says, nah, this is he said that's crazy. He was impressed though. He was impressed. Wow. And what's the time? I think I've done a 3-hour stint now. I might have to jump on tomorrow, man. I might have to jump on tomorrow. But talk again. All right, people. Peace.